Good morning, everyone. My name is Hannah Baker, and I work in the personnel department. Let's pray. Dear Lord, I thank you for this opportunity to speak, Lord. I pray that you would just calm my nerves, Lord. I pray that that my words, Lord, wouldn't just be mine, that they would be yours. I pray that you just speak through me, Lord, and I give you all the glory. In your name I pray, amen. So today, the name of my chapel is Trusting with All Your Heart. And we will be looking at Proverbs 3:5-6, which is my life verse, and it says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." I think that this is one of the greatest promises that we see in the Bible, in the book of Proverbs, which came from the writing of Solomon, which he is often known as the wisest man that ever lived. Solomon wrote this proverb, and he wrote a lot of the Proverbs. He understood that there is a cause and effect relationship between the promises of God and their fulfillment. He knew that with almost every promise, there is a condition attached to it. He also knew that something of the conflict between the known and the unknown, trusting God for what you cannot see. And I think this is it's very difficult for us as we are going through life, as we are going through trials, and it gets really hard, and you're wondering, can God hear me in all of this? But we need to trust in him through these trials, through these problems in our lives. So today it's difficult to trust anyone. We often say never trust anyone unless you have the agreement in writing. We say this quite often. The agreement is meaningless, but the dictionary says that the word for trust means assured confidence and assured reliance. We might ask ourselves, what does trusting with all your heart really mean, as Solomon says in the proverb? In Solomon's day, there's two Hebrew words for the word trust. And the first one was, it means that when you trust someone, you have the confidence to flee to that person, knowing that that person will keep you safe. For an example, a bully picks on you after you go home from school, or someone stops you and you're fearful, so you run to someone that is stronger, someone that will protect you. All that is trust. The second word is the picture of a little child who is beginning to learn how to walk, and his daddy reaches his hand out to the child and says, "Come to daddy. I won't let you fall. I won't fail you. I'll catch you." And I really like this picture because it's like us. When we trust God, when we are beginning to, we become a Christian and we're learning how to walk with him, God is telling us, hey, my hand's out here for you. All you have to do is reach for it. You have to trust that I will catch you. In Proverbs 3:5-6, it means, so the word trust in this one means to rely upon, to have confidence in someone, to lean upon another. And as I said, I really like this picture because it is the advice of the old wise sage Solomon, who urges, do it with all your heart, no matter how foolish it may appear, because God will never let you fall. I remember in high school, our teacher, which now is my pastor back at home, his favorite missionary was a missionary named John Paton. And I don't know if you guys read John Patton's biography, but it's really good. And so he would tell us about John Paton. And he shared a story out of the book to us in our class. And so John Paton was translating the Bible into the Hebrews, language in the New Testament. And he couldn't find the word for trust that the natives would understand. So one day, one of the natives came to his hut, and he saw a chair. And he was like, "What is that?" And Patton was like, it's a chair. You sit on it. You put your full weight on it." And the native was like, okay. So he sat on it. And right then, Patton was like, "Whoa, this is what Solomon was saying. You put your whole trust in God. You put your whole weight on him and trust in him." So he translated that word into their Bible. And so what does that mean? And so he put that in the Bible. He translated it. You can put your full weight on God and not attempt to understand everything. Acknowledge God in everything you do, and he will direct your steps. That's how he translated it in their language. So I think our problem today in trusting God is our hesitation to put our full weight on him. We can't see the future because we're not God. Today, as in Solomon's day, our own understanding is often the hindrance to trusting in God. Yet if we are convinced that God won't lie to us, that he is also accessible, and that his promise and his word becomes the key that opens the door to his presence, then we can rely on the goodness that he would meet us. How God does something isn't our business. It's his. And all we have to do is to rest in him and to trust in him that he will keep us. But our failure to rest in him and to trust in him often keeps us in poverty of our soul and spiritual separation, I guess. But how much better is it to rest in him and to realize in that his understanding goes far beyond our own. So I want to close with 2 quotes. This first one is, "God has a reason for allowing things to happen. We may never understand his wisdom, but we simply have to trust his will." And the second one is, "Whatever is worrying you right now, forget about it. Take a deep breath and trust in God." So I challenge you guys as you go about your day, as whatever you're facing in life, whatever trial, that you need to put your trust in him and your full weight on him, because he has you and he won't let you down. He won't fail you. So thank you for listening.